Hello everyone and welcome back to Lakeside and today I'm on the kitchen table because this morning I had a delivery for a Bachmann class 411 4-car EMU set which I was after, and I scoured the internet, and not normally I go onto eBay, but I did, and I saw this and I thought, right, that's the one for me. It's hardly been used, but the problem is that the seller did say that the driving unit, this one, is noisy. So I guess, I don't know until I open it up, but I guess that it's just dry. The gearbox is probably quite dry with solid grease and oil. So I'm going to put it on the rolling road and just check it out. He said it was noisier at higher speeds, which is a kind of a good indication. Sorry about the dog barking. She's been quiet all this time until I start. Typical. Yeah, so I'm going to take this out of the box, put it on the rolling road. I've got to fit a decoder in it, which I've got here, which is a Zen from DCC Concepts, 21 pin, 6 function, and I've also got a stay alive for it as well, the max. So it's got, I think it's six capacitors to it, and that should, in theory, give me about 1 meter of length of no power. So we'll see how that goes. So first thing I've got to do is take this out of the box and take the body off, put the decoder in and see just how noisy it is, and I'll take it from there. I'll probably have to take the bogie off, strip the gearbox out, give it a good clean and put it back, and hopefully that will solve the issue. If not, if it's something mechanical inside the gearbox, broken tooth or something, I have been on the Bachmann website and they sell the bogies complete with everything for £25. So if push comes to shove, then I will just purchase a new bogie for it. But for the price, this was a bargain, because it's hardly been used. I haven't opened any of the coaches or this yet, so I would check the wheels to see if they are particularly dirty or worn, which will be a good indication really of how much use it's had. But I don't think it's, looking at it, I don't think it's had too much use. Good, okay, so I'll switch the camera off and I'll get my bits and pieces ready and see how it goes. Okay, see you in a minute. Oh, again, right, after a struggle I've managed to get the actual body off this, but it's held on with 5 clips either side and yeah, that was a bit of a struggle, but got it off in the end. And I use these spatulas of mine, which I always use for getting bodies off if they're clipped on, not screwed. And it works, and actually it's not too bad. So I'm pleased about that. So I'll put the decoder in with the stay alive, and it runs really nice, but there is a noise from this which is about midway speed. I'll show you in a minute. So what I will do, I don't think there's anything broken or worn. I think it's just purely old grease. It's never going to be quiet with this kind of motor, but I think I can probably make it a little bit better than what it is. I think it's just a case of taking the old grease and gunge out and repacking it with grease and a bit of oil. So that's what I will do, but this is what it sounds like. So that's at a reasonably low speed. Perfectly fine. But then as you increase it, you get that whirring noise. It's about 3/4 speed now. And that's up to max. And that doesn't sound any different to a normal motor, to be honest. So I'm really pleased with this buy. You never really know when you're buying something from eBay what kind of condition it's going to be in, but I'm really happy with this. So what I will do, I will take this top off, maybe take the bogey out completely, which will mean unsoldering a couple of wires, and then give it a damn good clean and refresh it with oil. It may not make, shut that down, it may not make a huge amount of difference, but at least I know that it's been serviced anyway, ready for future use. The front light works. I haven't checked the interior lighting yet, but I can't do that until I put the body back on, which I don't want to do just yet because I know it would be a pain to get off. It does come with connectors to it, just here for the coaches, and a spare pack as well here, and it's got another number on the front which is 46. At the moment it says 50, which I think I will leave in for 50. I could take it out, it's easy enough to do, but I will just pop that in, I think, as it is. Yeah, so let's get cracking and take this off and see if I can get to the bogey and strip that out. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Bye for now. Hello again. Right, so I've got the bogey out, and that was a simple thing of just unscrewing the screw from here, and the whole assembly just dropped out, which is nice. So no need at the moment to unsolder any wires, and I don't think there's any wires actually on here because the contacts are on the side here, here and here, and they make contacts with a chassis underneath here, which is there and there. So the wiring is purely inside this box here, which I've taken off, and which has allowed me access then to the motor, and I've just lightly oiled the front bearing this end and very slightly the rear bearing at the other end, because that's where the brushes are, and so you don't want any oil contaminating on those brushes and the commutator. So that section is now complete, so I can put that to one side. That at least gives the motor a little bit of life as regards lubrication. So now I need to strip this and see what's going on in the gearbox, and I think I'll take off that coupling while I'm here because I don't need that. It's just an socket. I don't have that on the front. So it's a case now of stripping this down. So I think the first thing is to take the cardon shaft out, which is that. That should just pull out, which it does. I've put the screw back in. It's just my method. I've put the screw back in, which goes into the chassis, just so that I don't lose it. So now I need to get this clip off and take that worm assembly off, which is underneath here. Bear with me while I get screwdriver. I'm going to unclip this here. If I can. Yeah, there it goes. It's just a plastic clip. With two little tabs on. There it is. Yeah, you can see some dried up grease in there already, so that will have to be cleaned out. Yeah, it rotates okay. So we'll take this bearing off here. And that should release the worm drive. That worm drive should now come out of its socket. I think. Yep. So that's the worm drive along with its bearing. And it's got a shoulder on it. And if you can see that. There, you can just see the shoulder at this end. And that goes in towards the inner part of the bearing housing. So we'll pop that on the correct way. I'll give this all a good clear up in a minute. Now what I need to do is to try and take off this assembly, which I assume just clips on. It does, but knowing where to push, having not taken this apart before, it's knowing where to push safely. Actually, I'm just looking at these wheels and they are hardly run. There's hardly any mark on them at all. And they run very freely, but there's a whole load of gunge in there I can see. So they are definitely going to need to be cleaned. So yeah, I need to strip this down now, so I'll close the camera down because I don't want to fluff around with you while you're watching this, while I find out how to take this apart. And then I'll come back to you once I've got this apart. Okay? I'll show you how it comes apart. Right, let's do it. Hello again. Right, so here is all the bogie frame down in its component form. So I've taken off every single thing I can get off. The gearbox itself I've cleaned out, and I've taken out all the glue and hair, grease, oil and hair which was in there. There's quite a bit of hair in there actually. So this is now running perfectly dry at the moment. So I've sprayed some gunge in there to dissolve the old grease. Likewise with all this. So these are all now nice and clean. Nothing on there at all now. This is what I've got out. Horrible, really quite thick and gooey grease. Far too much in there, to be honest. Only needs a light covering of grease or oil. So the thing I've got to do now is to put the gearbox back together and put the frame back on, and then pop it back into the chassis. So I will do that, and I'll come back to you once I've assembled this lot. Okay, see you in a minute. Hello again. Alright, so it's all back, as you can see. It's on the rolling road. I thought I'd just put it all back, to be honest with you. It was just a reversal of what I did. You saw it all in parts. It's just a case of putting all the parts back again. I gave it a little bit of a grease and some oil inside the gearbox and the wheels. Well, not the wheels, but the axles of the wheels. And put it all back. So let's see how it goes now. What I think about it, I have programmed it on the track to the requirements on the DCC package, and they are the CB settings, just there, which they recommend for EMUs. So I've done that, done the address, so it's pretty much all ready to go, apart from putting the body back on. And I just hope that the lights work on the interior, which I haven't been able to check yet, but I'll give that a go in a minute. So let's see what it sounds like. Lights come on at the front, so everything should work. Okay. So that's about a third of the setting so far. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's just very, very slightly. You can just about hear it. Before, at this speed, I'd be getting quite a noise from that, as you heard. That's about 2/3 of the way now. Do it 3/4. Nothing. Just the slight sound of the motor. Very slight sound. Full speed. Nothing. So that rattly noise, whatever it was, is now gone. And I think a lot of it, as I thought it would be, is due to this stuff. Just being gooey. It wasn't hard, it was just like really thick glue. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased with that. I took a punt on this eBay. I don't normally like buying from eBay, as I've said, but I saw this and I took a punt on it, and I thought, well, if it's just a noisy gearbox, I can sort that, and I have. So what I need to do now is that this is all complete apart from the body going on. What I need to do now is get the other 3 coaches out, which are non-powered. But they do have an electrical connection at the back here, going through to the electrics on the other coaches for the lighting. So I want to clean the wheels on those coaches, check the lighting, and hopefully that should be it. Okay, so the next part of the video will be probably up on the lakeside seeing this run. I don't think there's any point in showing any more of this. It's just a case of putting the body back on and checking the other 3 coaches. I will tidy this up, and hopefully if I've got the room I might be able to put that there or here, somewhere like that. Okay, actually I think, I'm not sure, but I think there's space under the seats. I will check that out, because I do know that some of these have space for speakers, but that may be on the newer models, so I don't know until I lift this up, but we'll see, and I can sort that out. Okay, so I say the next part of the video will be seeing this run around on Lakeside, hopefully. Okay, thanks for watching, bye for now. Hello everyone, and we're back up on Lakeside now, and the EMU is running absolutely fantastic. So pleased with it. Beautiful runner, so smooth. The only two things I've got to sort out left to do is lighting in this coach for some reason isn't working, and the rear panel here is not working, which it should do. So I've just got those two things to sort out, but I've run out of time now. But on the whole, I'm really over the moon with this. For the price I paid for it, I was expecting it to be a little bit of a dog's ear, to be honest. But no, she's lovely, really lovely. The front headboard works, so that's good. I think this coach is due to one of the connectors at either end, possibly. I don't know until I look for it. But the Stay Alive is absolutely fantastic on that. It works really well, and yeah, I'm chuffed to bits. Chuffed to bits. It's a nice train to have on Lakeside, especially with my other EMU. So let's see it running. As you can see, it's a nice slow starter. Yeah, chuffed to bits with it. If I bring it in, I'll just run it slow. Because the motor on it now, the noise on it is nothing. That's where the motor is. You can just barely hear it. Beautiful. Goes across the points without any stuttering. I might even be tempted to put sound in this. Don't know yet. Okay, right, time to pack up, otherwise I'm going to get told off. So just a couple of jobs to do. Try and sort that rear end out, have that illuminated. If it does light up, I'm sure it does. Sort that coach out as regards the lighting, but I mean, if I turn the lights off, the lighting in the coaches is very dim. Typical Bachmann, really, to be honest. You can hardly see that those are alight, but they are. What was I saying? Oh yeah, a couple of jobs to do. Driver to put in there, some people in the coaches, sort that lighting out, and sort that rear end headboard out. And then job's done. Job's a good one, as they say. Chuffed to bits. Okay, thank you for watching, people, and hope you found that of interest, and I'll speak to you again soon. Okay, so bye for now. Bye.